Good morning. This is Beaty-Coffey of the Ministry of Uncovering No More. I am working with a large portion of Calendar of the Soul by Rudolf Steiner. So I thought you might just enjoy something here. If you enjoy other people enjoying something. I love to color. I love to heal. I love to paint little things here and there. There's a lot of things that I love, and I need to think about what I love right now because I'm scared shitless. And if you're not scared shitless, I'm happy for you. But if you're an adult, I think you should be scared shitless and doing something with it. That's how videos like mine get hairs, because I need to do something with this. I live in a red state. They hate women. But we're still here, and we love you. And I have a powerful forgiveness testimony today that is not going to be shared. I'm finishing coffee. I'm going to color, and I'm going to read to you what I will also put up. And I am, and I want you to understand, I'm going to share what I'm going to share from now on my YouTubes so that you can understand that you can make these choices in your mind. Because if there is one thing that politics and religion do, it's play mind games with you 100% of the time. That's how you get therapists and parents and older siblings, younger siblings who care about you, friends at work, and everybody saying things like, you know, they do marathon runs together, or they go screenless for a while together. My partner and I are working on losing some weight. I actually had a positive thing to say after 4 literal sicknesses and being scared shitless because of my past. You see, because I have relatives, girl relatives, who one after the other have had urinary tract infections, and I've had 2 in the past 3 months, and that scares a 58-year-old shitless, I will tell you that. And I have 7 daughters, and this is the story of our lives. Sickness happens, okay? And yet I can tell you that I have watched my adult children work together for years and years, set money aside, work their backsides off, and take little vacations. Well, my partner and I have not been able to do that, and still aren't able to do that. And it's been difficult for us there. And so we're learning how to take many vacations, but stay at home and keep working. And that's what I want to encourage generations, or late baby boomer Generation X, because we're the leaders. We're becoming older now. We're mentoring whether they like that or not. They don't have a choice. And we do remember. And I want millennials particularly foster screenless time, foster tree hugging, foster education in educating yourself. And I am working with Rudolf Steiner. So I will, from a Michaelmas journal from the Waldorf projects, I already posted this earlier, yesterday night. Where is it? I want to read something to you that's just, this began to heal my soul. I'll give you the date when it began to heal my soul. This is from The Michael Christ Experience of Humankind by Rudolf Steiner. It's a Waldorf journal because they teach from Rudolf Steiner's stuff in Waldorf schools, which, you know, and it may not have been this one. Hold on. Well, I will give you a quote of this. Do you see all my handwriting? I study. No, it is. August 15th, 2022. I began to be set free in a certain way. This was 7:44 in the evening, where I was struck with hope in a completely different world than Christian, Protestant. The free spiritual expansions of the individual is, of course, developed by education, not in the limited sense of what happens during our years at school, but continuous self-education. Rudolf Steiner is the one that teaches me, get your philosophy, get your math going again, girl. Get to educating yourself. It is never too late to educate ourselves. And it is your free will choice. There's all kinds of education. It is your free will choice. There's an expansion of love here that never fails. Some people work in the kitchen to speak their love. Some people work in coloring to speak their love. Some people work in poetry to show their love. I do coloring and poetry. I'm branching off into painting. And I'm going to have one or two other little things that I'm going to learn again. These are things from my childhood. I have more time now. I'm going to readdress some areas for the sake of love of myself. Okay, so let me finish this quote. From where are we to get the energy to master the kind of thinking which is normally today reserved for works of art? See, I spend most of my time in works of art. I'm back in this time. And I don't fit in this society, but you do. And I know there's a middle ground somewhere for you and for me. I have misused devices. I have been enraptured by chat rooms and stuff. I have wasted time, and it hurt me mentally. And so have you. Because the war for what Rudolf Steiner calls the Gemüt, the soul, the war for our soul rages evermore. How we spend our money, how we spend our time, what we believe, what we don't believe. I stand in the middle and say, belief is as it does. And people judge me for how I say that. So, where do I get the energy? You ask? Today I'm coloring for some energy. Okay, I'm coloring a little bit. When I finish with this video with Rudolf Steiner's Calendar of the Soul, I'm going to listen to flute music from a certain Celtic musician. I have two of those that they use a certain kind of Celtic music. So I'm tapping into my Irish side and speaking peace to the Irish people that live within me, because my dad, actually both Beatty and Coffey have Irish blood in them somewhere. I don't know the percentages. I don't know the percentages. I don't get into details like that, because people who want to be right all the time because of their insecurities stay in details that are rage-inducing for people like me who are more in tune with our soul. See, I'm just more in tune with the soul. A lot of women are, and we repress that side of us just to survive this society. And what I am telling women is the only way out. I've tried different ways out. I've tried reasoning with this entity of what I'm talking, and the only way out is love. The only way out is forgiveness of yourself and them. And hope for what I have. I have people in my life who I can actually say, I need to forgive you for this, and they'll accept it. Write it down. Light a candle for yourself if they're ugly enough that they're just going to scream at you because you need to forgive them. Okay? Don't tell them. I've done that too. I'm an exorcist. You're not. So there was a certain amount of requiring, as a creatrix, requiring the atmosphere to change, that I have not met anyone like me. yet, but I will someday. And we will kiss each other's hands as creatrixes, and they will see us hug and smile, and then link elbow to wrist and call forth goodness as the dawn every day. And then we will together light incense and a candle for humanity that is good. And all 7 of my daughters, I can see doing that with me. Easy peasy, beautiful work. And I'll sit down and start coloring or write poetry, and they'll sit down and they may look at a screen, they may watch a movie, they may make popcorn, they may cook us a meal. I just ask for you to do for my partner and I what I do for you. I have actually had a dear child of mine as an adult come back and say, Mom, I want to thank you because you would not allow McDonald's into our home. And then I have children who have been hooked on McDonald's because that's what they needed for fellowship and good times. And I support both paradigms. So you can go fuck yourself if you think that I'm going to say, as a tribe Judah elect woman, coming back from the depths of hell, like I do constantly. You can go fuck yourself if I hate on anything. Because I don't, unless I tell you. And I have. And it's going on uncoverednewmore.blog this week. I'll tell you what entities I hate. That doesn't mean I hate my enemy, the individual people. Do you understand? Western world? That is the way. So I'm finishing these red portions, and part of me, the part that is weeping inside for my soul pain, wants to sit here all day and finish this and dwell with my philosophers and everything. But I always have to be mindful that this is also a political, it is a socio-economic realm, it is a religious realm, political realm, and my vote matters. My presence matters. It is within my power to go somewhere and have a cup of tea and do my math and walk in their neighborhood peacefully across Texas and Austin, if I so choose to spend time doing that today. It is within my power. And yes, that is where my free will can exist today. Because I get to start a new math. Do you know what? I submitted to my parents and I did all the stuff. And did you know that I couldn't take Algebra 2 because they were trying desperately to help their children stay out of the mess that was the public school system in and around the Metroplex back then, if you check the records. I don't know about school shootings now, but I do know about drugs. I do know about smoking. I do know about the sexuality that was loose from the 70s all the way through to now. And sometimes it's worse and sometimes it's better. But the teachers didn't ask for that any more than I did, teaching my children and getting hurt the way I got hurt. None of us asked for it. But nonetheless, so in Christian midst, they would do the schools, and they've taken it too far. They're arrogant in their own way. Do you see? The Protestants are arrogant in their own way, and they're not pulling back. And they're part of the paradigm that the billionaire and millionaire crowd of the Republican Party is using, because they're stupid people at this point. They don't know when to back away from what they did to protect families, and that protection was viable, and I'm a witness to that. However, you have to come back for the children and for the older people that were left in the paradigm while you did that work. And they don't come back. They demand to be the right way and only that way. That is not the way of the Master. That is not the way of the Master. That is not the way of the Master. So I'm finished with the red section, and I picked up a green that I just love of my gel pens. And So you're coming with me today. And what I'll do is I'll close. I'll show you what little bit I got done in this cameo peacefully with reading the portions of Rudolf Steiner from Calendar of the Soul. But I'm also going to slow down and have compassion and mercy on those who have compassion and mercy on me and forgive me. And, you know, I've gone back and forth about slowing down and typing everything that I put up. Well, yeah, I need to do that. I need to do that. Do I want to do that? Yes. That is my confession today. Yes, I want to do that. I have one more. I'm putting away this book. Do you know what this book, here, let me give you, here is a title. This is the first page I did. This was before I actually had my shit together. But see, it was compiled and edited by David Mitchell. When I read that quote, I was like, So I am a person who can choose my own learning journey. I was, in 2022, I was 55, 56. This was happening to me by the time I turned 50. I was beginning to awaken to the fact that there is spirituality that's good, and it doesn't have to be in the name of Jesus, like Protestants cram down. You know, do you understand that Protestants teach women to hate Jesus Christ, the King who died on the cross for his people? Do you understand that? Do you understand how much hate the man has to live with on a daily basis because it was taught primarily and still is done? Go look at what the Republican Party is doing. I get sick to my stomach every time I pass Tesla Lane, y'all. Okay, this is Austin, Texas, right here. I only had 3 of my children in Mississippi and Alabama. I have 7 Texas-born children and 7 daughters. Not all of them were daughters that I bore here. And 7 daughters, and we have to fight for all dignity that we have as women. It doesn't matter what our skin color is. Okay, so that's just normal for us. So you can go fuck yourself if you think we've got it easy in any way, shape, or form, and that you can go fuck yourself if you think that we're the weaker vessel. Just go fuck yourself. Why don't you just go fuck yourself? Like I tell men, particularly who still appreciate the Christian paradigms that hate Jesus, literally teach women to hate Jesus Christ the way they teach and have taught for generations, and been willing to go to war and put all of us in pain for generations because they cling to the letter of the word and they don't actually know the man who spoke it, not even in English, as a brown man. Okay, all those wars, all those rumors of wars. And we women are large enough in love to say, we're not going to hate you, enemy, but we are going to hate your entities of war and of passion that is unbridled to a point of no return. You're destroying our societies, and you need to go fuck yourself in your own bedroom, in your prayer closet, whatever the fuck that is. I don't believe in prayer. I hate it. Your kind of prayer. I hate your kind of prayer. But I can tell you that I've already lit incense, finished a pagan circle. I rang the bell. I rang the bell last night and closed the door on it as I released forgiveness and was forgiven myself this morning. And I have done that many times without incense, in the light of ugly day, where the king himself is misrepresented 100% of the time by millions of people. And I am telling you the truth. You teach us to hate the Jesus Christ. As women, you give us no option. Well, I am option 2. And I can tell you other women who are. I am option number 2. And I will stand on the Bible that you hate. 2 John, you're Antichrist. Get the fuck off and go to hell. And I hope I get to say that to some millionaire and billionaire crowd someday. I hope I get to say it. I will want to hit you in the balls, Elon Musk, because you deserve it. Many times a day, even once a day, bringing you to your knees in physical pain would be a good idea if I truly love you. You are so far fucking gone with all your money and all your power, but the minute you moved your ass into my state is the minute you found out how honest I can actually be, loving you as my enemy. Because if there is one thing you and the entire Republican Party need, it's a woman like me to get up there and tell you the truth in all of your glory. Because I do love you, and you hate me for it. Now, I will turn this video around with Rudolf Steiner leading the way. Let me just finish my little green strip here and show you my cameo. I put these on social media, but not today. Today it's on a video. So the next time you see me, bitches, now you know where I stand during this election. It's just going to be tucked away on a little blog. You don't like my tone? I've told you over and over on YouTube. You don't like my tone? Change your politics, boo-boo-shies. Change your politics. Protestant church. Throw your fucking books away, or put them gently in libraries across the world. Pope, Catholic Church, you're not standing on the rock. T.S. Eliot is. He's the Apostle Peter. I've already called him up this morning on my social media, so everybody go fuck yourself. I am way out of your league when it comes to self-education. As just Kara Ann Beaty-Coffey, if there's one person in Texas who knows about self-education and knows to do it, whether anybody agrees with me or not, it's me. And I am only 58. I'm just 58. Normal person until I tell you to go fuck yourself. And then I'm an archangel. So there's my cameo this morning. Do you see the 4? I did this yesterday or the day before. Isn't that pretty, that green around that? And I did these, and I finished this. I was privileged to finish this. And do you see all the markers and everything that my partner does not complain about my art stuff. He knows it heals me. He's got a lot to complain about with our finances, believe you me. But he doesn't complain about my healing. He appreciates it, even though he is not an artistic type. He's kind of down on himself there. And so, let's be there for one another. Let's lift one another's head. Can we please do that? If an atheist, I could start crying. If an atheist will stop and pick up a post-Protestant who lost their entire life, like my husband did, if an atheist will pick him up and say, come on, let me fix you a cup of tea. I'm sorry for your pain. That atheist will heal themselves, and vice versa. Vice versa. Stop talking with the people who actually give you what you want, and start embracing the ones who are coming out, dragging our lives behind us because of what the Republican Party has turned into. My love lives. I am loving an enemy in real life. Are you? And no, that's not my partner. This was done to us. This was done to us. But what I am saying today stands. You always, always, always teach women to hate Jesus Christ. And he is therefore still not resurrected in our midst. You hold him on the cross over 2,000 years, and I'm his tribe Judah's sister, and I will put you on that cross and take him down with every breath I take. And it is Archangel Michael, my brother, who stands there pulling the nails out of his wrists and feet. You can't turn your ugly second beast machine around, but I can stand on your head and shoot you between the eyes. No fucking big deal. Vote blue for democracy. And I'll turn this ship around. Called Uncovered no more. You ain't gonna do it in my lifetime. Oh, I'm gonna have fun. I'm just kidding. This isn't fun. This is me speaking the fae tale I write. Fae tale and poetry are two different things. All science fiction. Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Star Trek, it's all fae tale. You have to believe in higher powers to be able to do that kind of work. Whether you think you do or not is none of my business. Your attitude sucks. A lot of you, your egos are way out of proportion. Okay, here we go. Rudolf Steiner's Calendar of the Soul. I drew 8 of Cups. This moon sun was on it. I thought that was fun. Those of us who are completely bankrupt, I just explained that to you, from our Western world conservative life trajectory must let it all go and move on. Any questions, babes? Week 22, 1st through 7th of September. Here's what jumped out of the page onto me, saying, come on, Kara, renew yourself, resurrect here. Bravely, the light from far and wide. No, that wasn't a sexual statement. Get your mind out of the gutter with me. Get your mind out of the gutter with me. Get your mind out of the gutter with me. Bravely, the light from far and wide lives on in me. Translated into life. I am a woman, you know. Codify Roe versus Wade. America. Week 23, 8 through 14th September. Summer is gone. Summer has given herself up to me. Week 24, the 15th through 21st of September. Onward strives, forging from those dark places of the soul, her felt identity, the fruit of will. Week 25, 22nd through 28th of September. The soul is called to stay awake. Awake, oh my soul. And waking fire with suffusing sun. If there's one thing I'm good at as a moon goddess and an earth goddess named Gaia, if there's one thing I'm good at, it's reflecting the sun, S-U-N. I am Aries. I am fire. I don't like that. I don't dislike that. It is who I am. And so I'll quote the king who I am telling you you are teaching women to hate. Western world, the blood dripping off of your collective hands is so great. It's a waterfall that I already wrote about. I could see the blood and a great wall. It's in my Double Moons Prayer Initiative or in one of the Fae Tales I wrote, as I wrote in Covered No More Volumes 1 through 3. Chill winter's inundation. Oh, I'm good at that. Week 26, the 29th of September through the 5th of October. My fiery will that tempers as to steel the promptings of my spirit. So you will see this. You won't see the mandala. I honored you with that, enemy. I honored you with that. I'll close with what I have done. I lost a couple of things here lately. That happens to me. And so my brother's rune book, I can't find it. And so if I find it, I'll put it away and use it. It actually has curses in it. I'll use it to bring life back to Judah, but that's if I find it. But I gave this to him, and I just spoke the allegory of what I said. I just gave time to the Lord over 2,000 years ago. What he does with it since 1966 is his leadership in my life as an individual. And I submitted it all to my dad was a draftsman. My brother has had other parents at this point. But he maybe does, maybe does not. Remember, my dad was a draftsman, and it is actually my right elbow is on my dad's drafting board. So it's my brother and I. Who draw in loving memory mysteriously. Because I can't explain to you my life trajectory, but I can do the right thing by the King of Kings 2,000 years ago. No matter my fucking life story, oh my God, it's awful to me. I am a complete fucking failure. and just give him time. And Elon Musk, there's not even $1 in the world that understands his power. So y'all take the country away if you want. You're doing that anyway. But I know who to give time to, where my perspective is concerned. And I happen to know that a sorceress like myself, you want to cut my tongue out. And you may someday. You're certainly threatening it in Project 2025, people. You're threatening horrendous acts against all of us in your rage at the man who returned. I give him time. The Bible says it about Abba Father. You know, Jesus kept saying over 2,000 years ago, if you've seen me, you have seen the Father. And indeed, I see Odin fathers. They come quietly around me and they're careful because they know I'm hurting constantly in this war. As Archangel Inoctura, Archangel Gaiatura. I've got 2 different names now, and that's confusing to me, and I hate it. But I've got to do what I need to do to show you that I'm evolved. It's gone too far for so long. I just need to tell you who I am and say, okay, it's Fatale. I have named the Twitter account that is a parody. In other words, it's my Fatale side. It's like Star Trek. It's like Star Wars. It's like Lord of the Rings. This stuff exists, whether you think it does or not. It's like Stranger Things. But we're Fatale-ing what's actually happening in real life. It's that simple. So, kill me. Mentally, you've already done it multiple times. Go ahead. Do it again. I'll forgive you. Because that's what you're doing to women, is you're killing us constantly, mentally. I'm disgusted. So I did what I needed to do. And I gave the king time. And the Bible tells you that the Father says somewhere in it, time is in his hands. Well, if you've seen the Lord, you've seen the Father, and I'm just a woman. So when it comes to my times, I'll tell you whose hands they are in. And yes, most definitely, I get hate mail because of this shit that you throw my way. That you demand to be reality. Because you can't have enough proof for what I am telling you is actually happening. As Beaty-Coffey of the Ministry of Uncovered No More. So, I'm making a choice today, and I will be seen. And it's complicated. And I love life. And I hope you do too. This is Beaty-Coffey of the Ministry of Uncovered No More.